Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday night's frequency meditation. I hope we've all had a really great week. And tonight we're just going to explore something how reality actually listens. So, reality follows frequency. It's not through force, which a lot of us have been brought up that we think it is, that we need to do and force ourselves and work hard and sacrifice. Of course, we get to work, but we put so much emphasis on us controlling everything and trying to shift things that when you start to get into alignment with the overall system, you start to also understand how reality creates itself here. So really, it doesn't listen to your words or your willpower. It listens to the tone beneath it, your frequency. And when your field stabilizes, in other words, you come coherent, in harmony with the overall system, everything you've been trying to create with force, it just starts forming on its own. So what you hear is it's effortless. So let's just take a breath in right now. Just notice where you are. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes, look around. Look at the reality that you have created, whether you're conscious of it or not, whether you're aware of it or not. Everything around you is a direct consequence of your frequency signature. Everything around you is a reflection of that. And most people spend their whole life trying to change the reflection instead of going to the induction point where it was actually created. So come into the center of your sphere. For those of you new, that's in the center of your brain. Notice your left side of the brain, the analytical side, problem-solving side, data side. And then the right side of the brain, your creative side, it's your brilliance. And then the two come together perfectly. That's your reference point, centered. This is where the physical body, your energetic field, your frequency field I refer to, and consciousness, that's where it all overlaps. Once you're in sync, you get into harmony, you're actually shifting your position in space and time. Don't worry if you don't understand that. From this reference point, just notice, let your awareness flow down through your spine, coming to the heart area. There's another sphere there as well, but we'll talk about that in another meditation. Just notice this other sphere in your heart, and then continue on down through the spine into the core of the earth, and then back up through the spine, being again positioned in the middle of our sphere. By you bringing your awareness to this and going through this, I've labeled it the movement. It's just a term. But by you consciously doing this, by doing that flow, the flow does a work. And it reorders everything for you. So now as we move into the meditation, just a little note for you, to you, that you're not here to make everything happen. It's a huge responsibility. You're here to let coherence show you how it's already happened. And every time in this meditation when there's a pause, Use that moment to feel what was just said, what was settling into your system. When we're doing the pauses, it just gives me a chance to really focus and do what I do. When we have a pause, really let the sentence before become a vibration in the body, not a thought in the head. That's how frequency rewrites form. And I'll help you with that, bringing it into a vibration and removing it from the head. So again, just noticing the middle of your sphere. Just let your awareness rest there. And as you're still looking around at that environment outside of you that you've created, the reflection, just again notice that environment is very separate from as we close our eyes and we go into our inner environment, everything in our body. Two very separate environments. Where we're going to focus is in our body, centered, not on the reflections. They're done, they're created. Very difficult to shift something, change something that's already come into form. So by being in our body here, in our sphere, that gives us access to a place before form was created. And it's much easier, it's more efficient, more precise to shift things there. Right now, there's nothing to reach for. We're simply landing in that place that already holds you. So again, coming back to your sphere. Just maybe feel how the mind starts to slow as soon as the body finds reference. It's your first reminder. Alignment is remembered. It's never earned. It's not about us being a good person or a quote-unquote bad person. It's not about doing certain mantras or following certain cultures, customs, belief systems. None of that. It's remembering the system that's aligned. And for us getting back into harmony with that. And from your center again, just let awareness begin to move down through the body. Just let it travel slowly down through the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, your back, noticing the spine, all the internal organs, the muscles, the bones, the flesh, coming down into the groin, through the legs, calves, the feet, and then dropping right into the core of the earth. This downward current stabilizes you into the physical plane. Tells the world you're present. It's the movement. So again, it's not about how you are or what you've learned or what mechanism you're using right now to control the mind. Just by simply doing this movement, it stabilizes you. It references you in the physical plane. You start to define yourself instead of being fragmented and being defined by other people's realities, other timelines you go into. And then now, without effort, awareness rises again through the spine, right up through your whole body, up through the crown, returning just to your center. So this rhythm of descent and ascent is the movement, the natural current of coherence. And again, it runs automatically once you just reference the center. It's all we need to do. And some might think, oh, that's so simple, that's so easy. Just stay in the center of your sphere, do the movement up and down. Try it. Try being consistent through the day. Try when you feel that you're being pulled off your mark to come back here, to see if you have the awareness for the mind to come back to center. It's all about the awareness. So taking a nice deep breath in. And these are the instructions we send to the mind. The mind's a processor. It loves instructions. It's not a creative force. So we send those instructions to the mind. Hey, make me aware throughout the day. Let me have awareness when I get off my mark, when someone pulls me off my mark, or when I go into a different timeline based on survival. Just let me be aware so I can come back. And through practice, through your own experience, you'll see how powerful this is. And when we come back and we do the movement, we automatically just shift. Our perspective shifts outside of the mind. And you can do the movement in a flash. Or you can let it run slowly. So just stay with that rhythm long enough to feel the first wave of quiet arrive. If you haven't felt it, then just do it again. Sphere, center, coming down your spine. Noticing the heart area, that's another sphere. It's bringing the 6 directions all centered inwards. Following down to the core of the earth, these pure frequencies which align us. We are part of the core of the earth. We're in the same density, so we have access to it. Coming right back up the spine to our sphere, just resting here. When the mind stops managing, it permits the deeper intelligence to take over. And then the body begins doing what it was built to do, translate frequency into form. Then again, another movement, the more you do it, the stiller you'll go, have access to another position in space and time. And as we're in our sphere, just bring awareness outwards, around arm's length around you, to your frequency field. Since you're inside your own frequency field. This is the atmosphere that shapes every experience you have. When this field steadies, reality mirrors it instantly in real time. Every relationship, every decision, every opportunity moves to match this tone. It's not linear time. It's like the movement, as you practice it more and it's revealed to you more, you'll see that you can do the movement in one moment of time. All of it comes together at once and you're there, boom, in your sphere, expanded out. But in the meantime, we practice, we go through the movement, to the sphere, the spine, core of the earth, back up to the sphere, expanding out into our frequency field. That's, if you like, that's a scaffolding to help you right now until you can release that scaffolding. And you just, boom, in any instant, you're there. So before our first pause, just really bring full attention to the edges of that field, arm's length around you. Just notice the edges. You can maybe even imagine they're smoothing, brightening, evening out. Now, during this pause, this transmission, let the body really breathe on its own. And feel that coherence forming all around you. You are now in the system, the light, your field, however you wish to define it. But it's like gravity. Gravity isn't really concerned if you believe in it or not. Gravity is not really concerned all your theories about it. Gravity works 24/7, regardless of your position, of what your perspective is. It's the same with the movement. The movement works regardless of what you're preoccupied with in thoughts. So by doing it, what it's doing, it's not activating the movement because it's always happening. But what it's doing by doing it, you're activating the awareness of how the system works for you. So as we just pause here, just feel that coherence because you've done the movement. There's no second guessing. It has to happen. Just feel the coherence all around you coming in. And as we breathe in, just notice how we're stabilizing your frequency field right now. Really aligning that inner and outer layers so life can read you clearly. And with that breath, just feel how the breath and the field are moving together. You're breathing through space itself. That's coherence becoming a living organism. And each inhale draws order in, and each exhale releases static. You can maybe even sense how real creation happens here, quietly, immediately, through structure, not thoughts. And just bringing awareness again to the base of your spine, that tailbone. It's like the ignition point of your entire system. So just let attention sit there for a moment. Then feel that awareness rise up the spine, slow, deliberate, steady, till it reaches your sphere, the center part of your brain. So that loop is your alignment line connecting earth and source through you. You in density is a vital part of this equation. You're needed You're it. You're the last stop in density. You, in physical form, is exactly what I mentioned. Your physical form links matter and source as a full geometry. And so let's reflect on that as both currents unify, physical and non-physical, intelligence merges. That's why we're here. That is the greatest purpose we could do, is to merge our time-bound, limited self, i.e. us in body, with our timeless, limitless self. Merging them together. That's where that expression, heaven on earth, comes from. That you get to experience density, physicality, duality, polarity, but through the perspective of your timeless self. That's in complete neutrality. I don't think there's anything more euphoric than being in that position. And as time goes on, you'll be able to come there whenever you wish, until the time comes that you're permanently there. And when you get pulled off, you immediately autocorrect. That's true empowerment. So again, as we pause, just linking matter and source as one, that full geometry of the movement activates your awareness. And expanding your perspective, that you're more than the story that you've given yourself in physical form. You're more than the relationships, your bank accounts, your health, the possibilities, opportunities, or the lack of. You're much, much more than all of that. What's being presented right now is just the reflection of the rule set you've adopted, not even consciously. So we're shifting that for you. We're expanding that. Just stay here with that thought. Mm-hmm. Just staying in the center. You might feel like the stillness, it thickens as the silent gains weight. This is an emptiness. It's dense information. Your system's recalibrating itself to precision. Might be reflected back at you that you might feel a sense of vastness without distance, or an awareness that everything's communicating perfectly right now for you. That's coherence turning into form. Just notice a mind how much quieter it's got it. You're experiencing stillness. Most people, as soon as they touch it, they run away. It's unfamiliar. There's not that constant stimuli attached, fixing ourselves with something external. But stillness, what you're in right now, stillness performs any action much faster than motion ever could. It's the power position. No, it's the empowerment position. Power, not interested in power. Very interested in being empowered within. So let's just widen that awareness even further now. Let's include the entire environment, the air, the sounds, the walls, everything outside of your body. That other reality, that reflection of what you've created. But now we're in real time. Just sense the space joining your rhythm. Your field extending until the whole room around you feels like part of you. There's no separation. By the way, this is how leadership truly works. You hold coherence so consistently that space itself adjusts. Not a lot of great leaders out there. But more are coming as everyone's starting to wake up, receive awareness. And just let's bring attention to this sense of expansion, how the world begins to sync with you. This is how reality revolves around you instead of what mass consciousness does, is that you revolve around reality. No, you're the one that's still. You're the one that's centered. Everything comes to you. We don't have to reach out for anything. So let's bring this coherence in and start broadcasting it through your environment. So everything finds its natural order. In other words, we're getting out of the way so the universe can do what it does so precisely. Harmony, order, rhythm, synchronicity. Staying centered in our sphere, expanding outwards into our frequency field around arm's length around. Just stay. Let it come to you as the field continues to stabilize. Boundaries start dissolving. Inside and outside, that inner environment in your body and that outer environment, everything around you, they start to become the same conversation. And that unity isn't an idea. It's happening now. You're experiencing it. You're seeing what reality actually is. It's one continuous field shifting to match a single tone. Well, what tone have you been always playing? Reality is just responding to that. And as most are not very well defined, we respond to other people's realities, other people's frequencies. So we're all over the place, we're fragmented. So we come back here now in coherence. And everything starts responding to our centeredness. And this is the power move, if you like, the empowerment move. Influence requires no control once separation ends. So we're removing that separation. These are all building blocks, by the way, to get to the ultimate separation. That we're separate from our timeless self. So returning gently to the center of your sphere, the movement keeps flowing down, up and out, continuous, balanced, alive. Each loop of awareness polishes the frequency, keeps your tone intact. So notice how that precision feels. It's not tight, but it's effortless. Reality is already adjusting around this signal. We are co-pilots, co-creators. We get to participate in how we render ourselves here, and this is how we do it. We use the mind in the most productive, efficient way, which is just bringing awareness to our sphere so we can do the movement. That's it. That's the entry point for everything else to come to us, to be revealed to us. Notice your feet. Feel the firmness of the ground. If you need to adjust your body right now so your feet are on the ground, great. But let that contact tell your nervous system that life is stable. Then let your awareness rise slowly through the spine, through the heart, through the crown, back into that vastness around you. You're bringing earth and source, human and infinite, in one clean timeline. And perhaps awareness comes in about all the other timelines that you keep getting hijacked into. It's not that you're doing it wrong. It's just programs that we've had many lifetimes, just recycling itself. But now you're getting some awareness. There's other timelines, how we've fragmented ourselves. That can come to an end. We can stay in this one timeline, centered with our timeless self, using the movement to keep us in that prime position. When I mean prime position, it's the closest proximity we have to our timeless self, so the transmission we receive from our timeless self is the clearest. This is infinite, by the way. We just keep getting more and more precise. More and more is revealed to us. We merge closer and closer to our pure blueprint. It's infinite. We never get there. Which is great. Therefore, our trajectory in this lifetime is always expansiveness. It's always being more defined, receiving more, being able to navigate this reality until we start to be able to master density, which is again why we're here. It permits your timeless self to expand even more once it has understood how to master density here. It's able to expand into other realms even more. And just taking a breath in. Again, if it's too confusing for you, that's okay. It will come to you from your timeless self. I'm opening up the conversation. So whether you recognize it or you're going to step into it or you're going to own it, but your whole system's now coherent. And during this last transmission, just allow that alignment to sink fully into the body, wiring itself into the nervous system as your new baseline. We keep getting new baselines. If you give yourself permission to, instead of, out of usually is safety, fear, we always go back to old baselines because we're familiar with them, even if they don't serve us, but we're familiar. Humans love familiarity. That doesn't work out very well on this journey because we're dynamic. The universe is dynamic. Now just stay aware of the entire geometry, the center of your sphere, the spine, your field. Everything's moving as one system now. There's no effort left because nothing is out of sync. So we're discovering that alignment was never something to reach for. It's what you return to when you stop leaving. When you stop leaving the main timeline and going into these other timelines, these other realities. We chose to leave, not your timeless self. We have freedom. And with that freedom, we can go anywhere. We can go in any timeline, any reality. We can bring in anything. It's an infinite system. So as we receive that awareness, we start to disconnect from those other timelines, those other realities that have kept pulling us off our mark. And that might be demonstrated through addiction, codependency, abuse, self-abuse, shame. It doesn't matter what it is. Those are just the little vehicles your timeless self has created with you, not as a punishment, not as a judgment, but as a mechanism to funnel you back into this timeline. I could talk forever on that subject. It's so deep. But now we're stopped leaving. We're staying here. So just remain in awareness for a few breaths after we end. Let the silence carry forward. So view it as a living current. The movement continues long after this session ends, quietly reorganizing everything you touch. Your awareness, doing the movement consciously, brings in the alignment with you. You receive the awareness of what's happening. So you're able to get in sync with it. Reality follows frequency. Your mind follows frequency. And this frequency, where we are right now, is clear, it's coherent, it's complete. So you know how to come here. It's just practice, returning, until the time comes when there's nothing to return to because you've never left. And with that, I'll leave you here. I hope you all have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next Sunday.